Welcome back, you guys. I'm Tassie, and this is my ghostly vlog update. So this video here, we're going to be talking about those who want to dress up or even act out certain scenes that are kind of scary, especially if you're trying to pretend to be a ghost or like a ghost that haunts people. So this all started because I actually got a question regarding Halloween, because Halloween is coming up here, and an individual wanted to dress up like I don't know Hmong movies, but it was basically a character from a Hmong movie that wears kind of like looks like Hmong clothes, but they're dead, and it's a ghost. And I think this character haunts people in the movie. So, anyways, they wanted to just ask, is it okay if they basically dress up like this? So let's go ahead and get started. Disclaimer again, I am no longer a practicing shaman, so please don't contact me regarding very specific types of question related to your dreams, your past, present, future. So those kind of questions I won't be able to assist you guys on, but if you guys just have general questions for me that you want me to answer in a video, feel free and message me. Alright, so basically for anybody who wants to dress up like a ghost, even if it's like something in pop culture that's pretty well known, the only thing I recommend you doing is to not go and try to scare people. Like, don't purposely jump out and haunt people and pulling those kind of pranks. Now, the reason why I say that, it's because it depends on the individual. So the people that you're scaring and everything, nothing's gonna happen to them, okay? They might need to do a hooply depending on what you did. Okay, how bad was it? The only thing is, the reason why I'm stressing this for the individual, even for actors who are going to be taking up roles of very scary characters, okay? And I've actually worked with producers and screenwriters for movies and TV shows, and they've asked me about, because they worry about the mental health of their actors. So it's because of the power of manifestation. All right, so spiritual beings, and I've said this in another video and everything like that, it's kind of like a theory that would a religion or a spiritual being even exist if nobody believed in it? So the whole point behind all of that is that a lot of it is on an individual's belief, and you're giving it life. So with manifestation, you guys can bring something alive that you didn't mean to. So that's the whole big issue here, is that you didn't mean to. So let's just say, even if you're somebody who doesn't believe in like ghosts, or you don't believe in demons and all that great jazz, and something could haunt you. But what happens, I'm totally referring back to the movie, and I mentioned this before too. It's the Skeleton Key with Kate Hudson. Okay, go and watch that movie, because basically it starts off where the actress, she doesn't believe in voodoo. But then what happens is the people are so meticulous in how they introduce little tidbits of voodoo. And then what happens is, in the back of their mind, a part of them starts to believe in it. Even if they don't really believe in it, they don't practice it in any way, you also believe that it could be real, and it's just something you don't want to mess with. So the whole point of that Skeleton Key movie, which was really good, by the way, I like the movie. It's basically about the power of having belief and manifestation. So all back to your Halloween costume. So, and even if you are an actor who's going to be playing like a scary movie, a lot of people, they will end up having things happen to them after they are no longer in that role, because what they manifested, whether they were scared or anything like that, it evokes something and it can follow them. So I have heard from other producers too, and they mentioned that there are actors that they know of personally, they would do scary scenes and it followed them. Like, they are haunted by it, and it's a very real thing. So as a tip, you guys, if you guys are ever going to be doing an act for any reason, basically I always recommend you bless the set and you bless the actors. Always watch out for the actor's mental state, because if at any point in time you're acting out something and you start to get chills and you start to get scared, even if you don't feel the chills but you kind of feel a little scared, stop. Okay, so that is the whole point. You're supposed to stop, regroup yourself, and make sure you are mentally strong before you go into it. So the whole theory behind that, and why I say that, it's because when I kill demons, so Whenever I kill demons in the spiritual world, I've mentioned this before, the only way to kill a demon is you have to be more evil than a demon. Basically, it's going to go up against your strength. So your strength has to be stronger than a demon to kill a demon, or else don't even try it. Don't even go for it. So and that is like anything, and I don't know why I was just thinking about the animal kingdom. So anyways, but the whole point of that is when I bring myself there, though, to kill the demon, because right now it is survival of the fittest. Who is going to survive in this encounter? Because I could lose. So again, you need to be stronger and more strong-willed than the demon. But what happens after you've killed the demon? Okay, I myself need to pull myself back to who I am naturally, not this demon. Because if I stay in that mode, what ends up happening is I go crazy. So, I could turn evil one day, so that could be why. So, back to story. It's basically, again, the same theory, because all of this magic, all of the stuff that you guys hear about, all of it is theories, and it's how you're going to act in that moment. So again, if as an actor or if you're dressing up like something that's really scary for Halloween, don't go around purposely trying to scare somebody, only because you can manifest something. And if you manifest something, you need help. Okay, just seek out some type of spiritual help. And what a lot of the producers and writers have said is after they plan on finishing the movie or the film or whatever, they always want to just hooply for everybody and bless everybody again. They just want to make sure that everybody's okay after the whole project, because once that's done, everybody goes back to their normal lives, and we don't know what happens when they're on their own. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it because they don't know how to cope with it either. So just always take care of yourself mentally if you're going to be preparing to do something like that. All right, so the next part of this video, I'm going to talk about tools, playing with shaman's tools. So I was basically asked, like, what are the repercussions if you play with a shaman's tool? So there's a ton of different possibilities, but I'm just going to cover the main gist of it. So the first one, it's going to be if the shaman is alive and you're playing with their tools. So if you're somebody who's playing with their tools, the shaman will actually go into physical pain, or they will sense that there's something wrong, because when you play with a shaman's tool, it's just as though you're playing with their shrine, right? So that shaman's guides are going to go and warn that shaman that, hey, something's wrong, or we're unhappy. So then they make that shaman go into physical pain. So try not to touch it if you guys come across it, okay? All right, now let's say that the shaman has passed on. So if the shaman has passed on, but those tools were not given to you and you're not a practicing shaman either, you will actually be haunted. So, think of tools basically as a vessel for the guides to go to and to live in and be a part of, so it encompasses the tools, and that is why they should be carefully handled, basically. Like, they're not meant to be a toy, because if the shaman had passed on and you're not a shaman, or those tools aren't meant for you or anything like that, and you start playing with them, you end up becoming haunted by ghosts, because you're calling the ghosts, but you don't have the guides to control and push away the ghosts. So then the ghosts will come and attach themselves to you. I don't know why people do these kind of things. Like, I don't know why. It just dawned on me, like, who would do this? Moving on. And you know what's funny? Like, growing up, I would come across horns. Like, we just have horns, like, okay, they would be like wrapped up or something like that, right? But I would play with horns, like, if I didn't know what they did, but we never actually had like shaman tools, because growing up, my parents, they weren't shamans, so it wasn't until I was much older my mom started doing her own thing. But my mom is not the type of shamans who's like me, who could do full ceremonies. So we didn't have tools like that, and so I'm trying to think, even like my grandma who's still alive, like she didn't have tools either. She wasn't a shaman. And in their household, she lived with her son, my uncle, they didn't have that kind of stuff either. So I guess honestly, I don't even know what I would have done as a kid if I came across shaman tools. Knowing me, though, I probably would have touched them. All right, back to the story. So the other option it's going to be if the tools were handed down to you and you are going to become a shaman or you are a shaman. So in that scenario, always cleanse the tools before you use them. And as a tip, there will be something you have to do in the spirit world, or at least your guides should tell you to go do. I'm just saying, okay? Like, that was my tip for you guys, okay? I can't tell you exactly what you're supposed to do because your guides are supposed to go and take you to do it. That is all. All right, so ghostly update time. So I was actually going to mention it in my last video, but I filmed that one with my mom, and the lighting was terrible, and we were losing sunlight because this was done after work and all that great jazz, but I totally forgot. So in this episode, I'm going to give you guys 2 ghostly updates. So the first one is going to be, y'all know I moved in with my boyfriend, right? Well, my boyfriend has had pets in their family who have passed on, and I keep seeing them. Dude, like, it's not even freaking funny. So, like, Oscar, which is their family cat, he tends to, like, sleep with us a lot, and he'll come and live with us a lot. And then Sammy is the dog, the family dog. He comes only sometimes, but he's really grumpy. Like, if he's napping and he happens to be napping on you, if you move just to adjust your body, he'll start to growl at you. So he's really grumpy. But anyways, so Oscar is very patient with me because I harass him all the time. Like, all the time. So, like, on social media, you guys might think we have a really good relationship. We don't. I am very well aware that Oscar would never choose me as his person. He will always choose my boyfriend. Like, he doesn't even really care for his mom. He loves my boyfriend, though. But anyways, little punk. So, I try to buy his love a lot, and I feed him a lot of stuff. And I force him to, like, lay with me. When I drink, I get a little aggressive. I don't abuse him. I don't hit him or anything like that. But he knows when I've been drinking and he stays away from me. Because, okay, one time I was making him shrimp in the oven and I had been drinking. And after like 7 minutes, I go and I flip the shrimp, right? And as I'm flipping it, I'm like, oh my God, I should show Oscar his shrimp. So I go and I pick up Oscar and I bring him to the oven. And this is not an oven that's attached to a stove or anything like that. It's the one that's built into the wall, so it's up higher. So I'm holding Oscar and I'm like, look at your shrimp. Look at them. Like, I'm trying to show them to him in the oven. All of a sudden, Oscar starts to claw at me and he like bolts off, right? And then it dawns on me later that I think it looked like I was trying to put him into the oven. And so, yeah. So, like, I get kind of weird. So, I just want him to love me. Is that so hard? All right, enough about my tangent. Okay, so back to the story here. Since I've moved in, I constantly see, like, cats roaming about the place. And I'm just like, because, like, my boyfriend, he was really attached to one of their previous cats that they had. And he was like a Maine Coon. And if you guys know what Maine Coons are, they're like super freaking huge, okay? Really, really big cats. And I keep seeing him everywhere because I keep wanting Oscar. Power of manifestation, you guys. I keep wanting Oscar to come around. And so instead of Oscar, though, this other cat comes. And like, even if I'm brushing my teeth, because Oscar, he gets up in the morning with me because he knows when my alarm goes off, because he's going to beg me for turkey before I leave for work. And then I shred him turkey before I go to work. Anyways, so I'm brushing my teeth, and then I kept feeling like a cat rubbing against my leg. And I look down, nobody's there. When I go and I use the bathroom, that's right, the door's open. Normally, Oscar will come into the bathroom and rub my legs, and then he'll like go wander off again. But I keep seeing this black cat heading towards me, but there's no cat there. So, yeah, that's my first ghostly update. I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's super scary, but it's kind of weird. But well, because like I didn't know the animals, I don't know. It's just weird. You guys know me. I don't like ghosts of any kind. Now, the next ghostly update I have for you guys. So I was cooking at my girlfriend's house recently, and I kept seeing this woman appearing in front of me. It's a ghost. She kept, and they have like an open floor plan, so like it's like the kitchen. Over there's a dining room. Way over there's a living room, and the ghost kept standing by the kitchen, and I'm like, whatever, because like if I'm around somebody, I'm not just gonna tell them that I see this ghost on them because, not everybody like wants to hear that, so I don't say anything. Well, Tassie goes and gets a little tipsy later, so I started drinking later that night, and I just started telling them like, "Oh, there's a ghost in your house." Like, anyways, so that went out the window, and then a few days passed, and then I ended up going back over to my girlfriend's house. We're having dinner. And I'm like, I don't see the ghost, but I don't think anything of it because it's not like I look for the ghosts, they just appear in front of me. And then my friend asks me, like, oh, is the ghost gone? Like, do you still see the ghost around my house? And I was like, I don't see the ghost around here. Like, did you guys do something? And then she told me that they actually swept their house after I told them what happened. And then the ghost is gone. So, yeah, that's my ghostly update, you guys. I got a little tipsy and I told them. When I told myself I wasn't going to tell them because it's none of my business, so their house is haunted. It's like if they know that I was a shaman, so like if it was something that was actually bothering them, then they would probably just ask me. But in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have told them, but now I feel better that they've actually swept their house and then that they don't have the ghost there anymore. So that was pretty good. They had recently gone to a funeral home and the ghosts follow them back from the funeral home. That's why. All right, you guys. That is it for this video. Until next time.